ShartimusPrime, ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking bad shit. Subscribe.
From over here, he looks like a straight up butthead, right? No? Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Wave 1 super villain Xemnu Build-A-Figure Waves the Hood. If you're trying to get your Marvel Legends, you can do so.
Search your feelings, you know it be true.
Dorkside Toys is a store for you. Link below. And while you're down there, I ask you to please hit that like button, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button as well as a notification bell. And we got a new segment here called Why I Give a Shart. So why do I give a shart about the hood? I don't give that much of a shart about the hood, but I do like the hood. I remember reading several comics with the hood in them, especially in New Avengers, I think. But yeah, having a new character in action figure form, that always makes me happy to see. And the packaging looks really cool over here. I like the green backdrop. Works really well with the scheme of the packaging. Nice image on the side, and then you get that full image right over there on the back. There's a read up over here. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. There's the other figures from the wave. Then we have the hood on this side right over here. No logo or anything on the very top. Not much more at the bottom. So let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's the hood out of the packaging. I will talk about the things that I don't like. I will also talk about things that I do like. But first, let's get a closer look at the accessories. So we get the Build-A-Figure piece and just these accessories right over here for the hood, which isn't really too bad, being that I don't know what other accessories he should come with aside from these guns, which are real looking pistols. I really like these a lot. We've seen these before, so they look dope and they are identical to each other, so yeah, very good sculpt on these. And then you get these brand new effects right over here, which I initially thought were some kind of like mystic bullet daggers, because this whole thing right here almost looks like a red diamond or something, and it's supposed to be a bullet, right? And I just think this is way too big. I wish this was at least half the size or half as much plastic right here, because it's just kind of taking away from the idea of this being a bullet firing out of the gun. I love the translucent orange and yellow right here. It looks really cool how it fades in and out, and I still think it's cool that we have it. I think it's a neat idea. I just wish this was a bit thinner right over here, but it does port on at the end of these guns right over here. Sometimes they may get a little warped. You could heat them up and move them around, but I think they're pretty cool. I'm still annoyed. I wish this end of it was a bit smaller, but still, they are cool. So to briefly go over the origin of Parker Robbins, aka the Hood, he'd seen Daredevil and Electro fight as a kid, and that inspired him to be a villain. His mother was sick, and he was a petty thief. He came across a demon's hood over here, and that's how he became the Hood. He has some mystical abilities, and he was a criminal working for the Kingpin at first, and then later on eventually became a crime lord in his own right, and he's a fairly interesting character. I did enjoy reading the New Avengers books. I do like the head sculpt, but I just wish we had a neutral head sculpt to go along with it. It's just kind of weird having only this Screaming Sud head sculpt. I did put on the Madrox head, and I did have a little bit of fun with that, so it was just kind of cool to see. As far as this hood, it's pretty cool. It's just very stiff, and you know, I don't know what else they could have done besides actually including another hood here, but it does restrict movement on the figure, and it makes it hard to have a lot of fun with it, you know what I mean? But it does look cool. I'm happy to have a new character, but it's not the funnest figure to pose. I do like the texturing that we're seeing throughout over here, so that looks very cool. And you can see how it's all tattered and stuff. Wonder if Daredevil 19 has a hood with the bendy wire in it and stuff. I love how it's tattered right over here at the bottom. That's really neat. But yeah, a posable cape would have been really good to have with this figure. And you can see the head sculpt right here. While a bit ridiculous, it looks cool to me. I do like the head sculpt. Just wish he had a neutral head sculpt to go along with it. It's just weird having only the one Sud screaming head sculpt. Which is neat. It's just kind of weird, you know, only having this, but looks good though. I do like it. Now the rest of the figure, very boring, very much, you know, your Stan Lee / Peter Parker body over here. I mean, he has the gun holding hands, which is kind of new. Paint looks fairly clean throughout. Could have used a little bit more gold for this buckle right here, but you know, chameleon body mold, nothing really new over here. Very bland. So I'm not going to go through the articulation segment. We know how this body mold works. You can't really move things around without moving this whole cape and hood system. You know what I mean? You have to pose them first. Let's say get him in a good old ShartimusPrime pose first. When you put this thing on here, it's like, he's looking into his own hood. So I wish they made this at least a separate piece with a different head sculpt or something. But yeah, this whole system right here is just not working out for me. It's just frustrating to deal with. The head itself can shift forward and back like a pile driver. He'll look up that far and down that far. Of course, you can turn it side to side, and it does have a little bit of pivoting. But yeah, everything else you're very well familiar with. Oh, and the hands have the up and down hinge instead of the horizontal hinge. I think that would have been a better choice, you know, with him having the guns and stuff. So that's a gripe as well. Now to measure out this hood figure, you can see that he is standing just a little over the 6.5-inch mark. And then here's the hood figure next to a couple other figures using the same body mold. You can see we have Stan Lee and Peter Parker, of course, with a different head sculpt right there. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty bland figure, especially because we've seen it before. But it is nice having more street humans in the collection. I do like it. If you wanted to mod this and change things up, you could. But I don't know, this color palette right here with the green and the blue, I just don't like how that looks. I wish they did something a little bit different. Maybe a darker color for the pants. I don't know. Okay, getting this head off here, I did see images of the hood with this kind of attire, so I want to see what that looks like. Swapping hands. Putting that Nerd Rage head back on there and getting the hood back on here, and that looks cooler. Damn it. That looks better to me, right? I mean, I don't know, this color scheme right here it's just unappealing. I don't know, but yeah, the Peter Parker body, I think this works much better. Maybe I'll paint the shoes or something just so it looks a little different. Then here's the hood next to the Marvel Legends Madame Mask figure, and I remember these two characters mostly from New Avengers, if I remember correctly. But yeah, she's an associate of his, and they work together and everything. But yeah, this figure looks dope with this blue over white paint. I like that stuff. Wish we could see more of this kind of paint detail in newer Marvel Legends. And speaking of New Avengers, I wanted to compare a new Avenger Wolverine over here next to the hood, and they do fight each other, and in the books you see them all demon out and everything like that. So I want to see if I have a Demo Goblin, or at least a Hobgoblin head sculpt I could put on this. And then here's the hood next to the Hobgoblin figure, and oh my God, I'm so much more disappointed in this figure, pulling this figure out right here, because I mean, you get the head movement, you have the hood on the head sculpt and everything, and you don't get that treatment over here. So I really wish they went this route with this figure. It's really disappointing. I wanted to see if maybe I could pop this on here or something, see, you know, if we can get like a, you know, the demonic monster demon look for the hood right over here. I mean, that could work if you wanted to paint this all red and then cut the hood off of this. Maybe that could be a custom idea. Then here's the hood next to the only other figure from this wave that I've already reviewed. We have the Red Skull. And then here's the hood next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Huh? What? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please show some love to the channel by hitting that like button. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. We need the 1 million subscribers. And a big thanks to all these people over here that go the extra mile to support this content via the Tron and membership. Your support makes this channel keep on going. So thank you guys so much. If you're interested, links below. This figure is not what I was hoping it would be. I'm not the biggest fan of this piece. I just think that the color choices for the apparel is just a little bit weird. It's not as dark and menacing as I think it could be for the hood. Having a different cape hood system would have been way better than what we're seeing right over here. I mean, if they went with the Hobgoblin route, oh man, that would have kicked up the fun factor. So it's not a lot of fun taking pictures of this guy. Like, it's really not. The effects, I think those could have been done a little bit better, but I do like them. That's probably one of my favorite parts of the figure, but I'm not even that stoked about the figure just because of those effects, even though I think they're cool. Still could have been done better. But anyway, yeah, man, this is not my favorite figure from the wave. I'll tell you that already. And at the price point of around 23 to 25 bucks, I'm gonna give this hood figure a Sun rating of.
I'll wait for the Black Friday sale.
And I'd like to know what you guys think, so please let me know in the comments section below. I will get this figure. I mean, regardless whether reviewer or not, I would have to get this figure because I love having new Marvel characters in my display. So that part makes me happy, but still a bit of a disappointment, I think. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. If you want to see the latest Marvel news, you can watch a bunch of other reviewers' stuff over there on marvelousnews.com. And if you want to stay in touch with me on social media, you can find me over on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok. And I will catch you guys later. Peace.
Crispy.
Hey, Shartimus Prime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Shot,